Hello my strange and charmed ones, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I want to show you 3 easy DIYs to dress your planner up for October and fall. October is my favorite month of the year and there is many reasons to celebrate this month. So I wanted to add some really cute DIYs to my planner, and so I wanted to share those DIYs with you all. No matter what planner system you use, you're sure to get some inspiration in this video. And make sure to stick tight until the end because I want to share some really cool freebies with you as well. So let's get started. Okay, so the first planner DIY I want to show you today is how to make some really cool seasonal October Halloween style paper clips. So I've got a couple of different things that I actually want to show you we're actually going to do today. And I'm just going to show you one of each. First is this really cute collection of these really pretty like sugar skulls. I got these from Michael's at Jolie's Boutique is the name of the company. And these are like scrapbook embellishments, but I have been eyeing these because they're like nice and hard, like a nice hard like resin or plastic. And I thought that they would be perfect to turn into a paper clip, okay? So making paper clips, embellished paper clips for your planner, super easy. You just need some form of embellishment that you are going to use. And these actually have a sticky back. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the backing of this off. And it's actually just like a cardboard, and it's got like a little bit of embellishment on it, but I actually don't really care for that tie part anyway. So I just want this hard resin backing. It looks like that's probably the best I'm going to be able to do. Okay, so now I've got the skull off of the backing, and I also have some paper clips here. I've got some pretty gold paper clips. A lot of people ask where you can get gold paper clips. I got these gold and these matte black ones that I really like from Staples. Hopefully you'll be able to see that the light's not reflecting too much. So these are from Staples, just like a pack of these each. And I really like these because the gold is really pretty. So I think that a lot of people probably like gold. So what I'm going to end up doing with this is I am going to hold my paper clip down, right? And I've got some hot glue here. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue down, a little bit, because this is like really small. I don't want to like overwhelm this thing with glue. I'm going to stick the paper clip in the position I want. Of course, make sure you're very conscious of where the paper clip, how the paper clip will clip on. I have done these before and clipped them like upside down. Don't want to do that. I'm just going to add a little bit more around the sides here to hold it in. Again, not too much. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit over to the side and dry while we work on our next DIY. Okay, so also from Michael's, I have found these really pretty, I don't know, like paper flowers. I just liked what these looked like. So I also want to turn one of these into a paper clip as well. So I just want to kind of like take a look and see how I think the flower will sit best, probably like that. And these just kind of pop off of the backing here of this paper. I'm going to do the same thing, just put some hot glue down. And I'm going to shuffle this in there. And I'm just going to put a little bit more on top. Just hold that in place until it kind of holds still. The good thing about glue guns is that glue guns do tend to dry quickly. So you can see that's what it's going to look like. So again, I'm just going to take this and put it over on this plate over here that I've got just sitting on the edge of my screen, where those things can just dry off and harden. Okay, so the next DIY I want to show you guys is how to make a laminated list pad, like a task list. From Target, if you're familiar with the Target dollar spot, they've got these magnetic list pads that are awesome to turn into reusable task lists, okay? And I just grabbed this one. It looks pretty cute. It's got some bats and cats and pumpkins. And I like this pattern because the pattern is all throughout, but then it's actually lighter in the center, which makes it easy for people to write in. So I want to use this paper. So what I'm actually going to do is, I love making these things reversible. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of this paper. Then what I've got here is I've also got these Martha Stewart tabs from Martha Stewart for Avery. They don't make these anymore, you guys, but I've been hoarding them and I use them very sparingly. And I do want to use one today. So it doesn't actually matter which color we use. Let's just use, I guess, a green one here. Because I'm actually going to be covering this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, what I want to do first is I want to line these up back to back so that they're two-sided. And I want to secure them with some roller glue. So I've got a thing of roller tape here. I just want one little piece just to hold it in place. I don't need to put a ton. I'm going to put that off to the side now. Now, obviously this top tab, it's really cute. I love that it has this sort of like scrolly design on it, but I don't want it to be green. I want it to be a little bit more festive for Halloween. So I do have this pack of paper that I picked up also from Michael's. This is Recollections. And I want to take a piece of scrapbook paper out of here. Ooh, which one should I use? I need something with a pattern that you can pretty much see. This one might be a little bit too big. Okay, you know what? I like this. I think I like this one. I think this pattern is small enough that you can actually see it. So I'm going to take this page out. Okay. So I just want to see like where I'd want to kind of line it up at. Maybe to have like a skull. That would be cool. Okay, so once I have it lined up the way I want, the good thing about this is that it does have a sticky portion at the bottom, so it's holding it in. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go and cut around the excess of this piece of paper. Awesome. Taking that off. I'm folding it over because what I want to do is I want to cut this out. Just like straight across. What I'm going to do with this piece is I'm going to go ahead and line it up and just glue it in place. Okay. Just a little bit of that green showing through in the back, which isn't too bad because it is Halloween. Okay. And I want to do the same thing in another portion for the backing. I like that. I think that's really cute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is come back over to the list paper. And I'm just going to set this up right in the center. Okay. And just, so now it's on a top tab there. So now we've got top tab on the list. Now what I've got to do is run this through the laminator. So I've got a laminating sheet here, just like that. Whenever possible, I like to laminate things so that the longest side actually goes in. For some reason, I think that that works the best. I don't know, it kind of holds the lamination better with the longest side is at the end of the pouch. That'll also make it so I don't actually have to cut one end of the pouch when I'm cutting this out later. Okay, so I've got my laminator behind me. I'm just gonna run this through the laminator and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so I just ran this through the laminator once, but what I like to do with items like this is once it's gone through once, I just like to rough cut the excess lamination, pack it off, throw that out, And I like to run this through just a few more times. Okay, so I'm back. So now all I have to do is just cut some the excess off around the edges. You can do this with a paper trimmer, but to be completely honest, for something like this, it's easy enough for me to just go by hand and do this. I just leave a little bit of a rim around the edge. And if anything's just a little bit off, it doesn't really matter because it's clear. It's not like you're going to be able to see like a glaring error. And when we get to the tab, got some unique, just some different, handiwork you have to do, which obviously you wouldn't be able to do this with a paper trimmer. You have to do it by hand. I like to keep edges rounded as much as possible when it comes to laminating sheets, just because, I don't know, I'm kind of like a little kid sometimes, and if I don't round the edges, I will poke myself and hurt myself. And although lamination is not dangerous by any means, sometimes it can hurt. If you get that lamination, like if you hit it with your finger at like the wrong place, you hurt yourself with lamination. So, okay, so that is now cut out, and it's actually going to go inside of my current planner. This is my current planner. It is a complete DIY using the Martha Stewart disc-bound discs, but you can use any sort of discs you want for this. There are arc discs. There are also something called Lavenger, I think is the name of the brand. So I do use a disc-bound system. Okay, so I'm just opening up to any random page in here, and I just want to line up to see how I want this to go. Yeah, so I'm going to need about 1 inch from the top in order to punch this. Okay, so I'll put this to the side for now. I do have my big punch here. I have it set to junior size because junior is what this is considered. Half letter is considered junior. I'm just going to take a look and just make sure I'm lining this up. So they've got like about 1 inch on the top for that top tab. And I'm going to punch. Just make sure I pop out these pieces. Sometimes they get stuck. Okay, perfect. And then pop it in. Excellent. Okay, so now I can actually see this tab from here. And because it's laminated, I'm actually going to be able to write on it using a wet erase marker. So I use these Expo Vis-a-Vis wet erase markers. Okay, so let's just say plan Halloween party. Okay, so that is now on there. And that's what I like to use. And the good thing about using a wet erase marker is that when you close the planner, you don't actually get any transfer. Okay, so that's the great thing about using a wet erase marker, which is what I love when I use these laminated list pads. So that's just another way that you can just have a cute DIY for your planner for the month of October, something fun and seasonal. Okay, so the last DIYs that I want to show you guys revolve around using ribbon page markers. So this is just a pack of pretty ribbon that I got at Michael's as well. I bought all of these supplies at Michael's. And I'm often asked how to add ribbon page markers to different sorts of notebooks. So one of the questions I actually recently was asked was how to add it to a notebook that's bound, that isn't like a spiral, isn't like a Filofax style. How to add like a page marker, like a ribbon page marker, to just a generic bound notebook. So to illustrate this, I do have a notebook here, just this pretty notebook from, I think this is Garance Doré. Yes, it is. It's Garance Doré, and I think this is like made with Rifle Paper Company, I forget. But this beautiful notebook, and it is bound. It's a nice thin notebook. But it doesn't have any page markers in it, right? So just an easy way to add a page marker, like a ribbon style page marker. I'll show you right now. I'm just going to take this ribbon we've got here. It's just like kind of like a gold with some black spiders on it. pretty cute, seasonal, and it kind of matches the cover because it's like black and gold. Okay, so now this method, because there is really no binding, something that I would highly suggest if you want to add like a cute ribbon is to attach it to a paper clip, okay? So this is a really easy way to make a ribbon page marker for a notebook. And how I'm going to do this actually is I want to make it double length. So you've got like 2 page markers in it. About there should be fine. Okay. So I'm just going to do is I'm going to cut this. Okay. Put my excess ribbon to the side. What I'm going to do is take the paper clip, clip side down, you want to do this. And I'm just going to, with this doubled up, I'm going to put the doubling in, and I'm just going to pull this through. I'm going to go ahead and just move this to the top, right? So this is just like a really long, really long ribbon here. And if we want, we can just clip this to any page, right? Any page. And we've got a ribbon here and a ribbon here, okay? So this is a really simple way to add a ribbon to any notebook. And obviously, you know, this isn't a Halloween or October DIY specifically, but you know, you can use this with any ribbon you'd like, any seasonal thing you'd like. So you've got an instant ribbon page marker in any bound book. So I hope that helps you guys, gives you an idea for how you can create your own sort of ribbon style page markers into a book that is completely bound. Now I'm going to show you how to do it in a spiral style notebook. Now this notebook I've actually gotten a couple of questions about because you guys have seen it in a few of my Instagram pictures. This is a notebook that I actually had made with a design that is mine. This is my Be an Empress, Build Your Empire design. And I actually put together a whole collection of merchandise over on a website called Redbubble, where I've actually uploaded some of my artwork and created some print-on-demand merchandise for you guys. I know I have this notebook. I've got my iPhone case. You guys have seen my coffee mug, my travel mug. I have a couple of different items up on that shop, and they're actually really reasonably priced. It's all print on demand, so it's not actually me sending it out to you guys, but they're really good on shipping. It's really quick. I love the quality of it. So if you guys would like your own Be an Empress, Build Your Empire notebook or mug or iPhone case, go ahead and check out. I have a link down below where you can actually go ahead and purchase those. But as you can see, this is just a very simple, again, simple notebook. Let's say we want to add some ribbon to it to create a page marker, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use this black and white ribbon. Okay. So similar as we did before, we're just going to measure out a length of this. I'm going to measure it out doubled because I do like having the 2 ribbons. Cutting at the end off of this, okay? And we're going to do the same thing we did with the paper clip, but we're just going to do this in the first ring of this spiral notebook. Okay. And this is very common. I've seen a lot of people do this, you guys. So this is a lot of the spiral planner companies actually, like, sometimes they'll provide you with a ribbon so that you can do this as well, which is pretty cool. I think Day Designer does that. So there you go. Some page markers in there. And voila, you have added a ribbon page marker to a spiral notebook. So you could do it to a spiral notebook. You can add it to a bound notebook. And obviously use any ribbon that you'd like. I'm just using this pretty Halloween ribbon because it's October and this is a seasonal planner decor video. So just some ideas for you guys as well. And of course, I will leave the link below to where you can get this notebook and the rest of my merchandise collection down in the description. Okay, so now that we're done the rest of our DIYs, let's go ahead and check on our little paper clips. It looks like they are dry. They're nice and sturdy. Awesome. So these are ready to be put in either our planner or our notebook, whatever we want. I'm going to go ahead and pop this into my planner. Let's see. Oh, in my 31 things to do in October insert. That'll be great to have that marked off. That'd be really cute. Okay, awesome. So that goes right in there. And just in case you guys have not seen this already, I did put out not one, but 2 free printable inserts for planners in both A5 size. This is like the A5 equivalent. This is half letter. And I also have them in personal size. And what it is my October dashboard. That's the monthly dashboard that I put out every month, as well as my 31 things to do in October monthly to-do list. So if you guys remember, I actually started making these monthly to-do lists last year. October was the first month that I did one because I wanted to have an insert in my planner to keep track of all of the fun holiday things that I wanted to do in October. Because in October, there was tons of things that I want to do, like take a hayride, roast pumpkin seeds, go apple picking, find a Halloween costume, style a pumpkin centerpiece, listen to the Raven by Poe. There's so many different things that I love to do. Some of my seasonal favorites, I guess you should say, in October that I wanted to get done. So I started making these month at a glance to-do lists with fun to-dos on them. So this is celebrating 1 year of my freebies. And so going forward, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have one freebie that's going to be the dashboard and one that's going to be the task list for a month. And you guys know, for months that don't necessarily have a lot of holidays in them, I have some really interesting other sorts of inserts, if you guys remember back to last year, but I am putting these out 1 month at a time, so you cannot go and access the full year of these. You have to get them in the month that they belong in, because I really want to encourage you guys to live in the moment with these sorts of lists. So, you know, go ahead. I will link down below where you can get my October dashboard and the things to do in October. It's actually one listing in my shop. So I will link that down below. And one other fun thing that I guess I should mention to you guys is that to go along with these 31 things to do in October, I actually also created a 31 things to do in October photo challenge. So this is something that is going on right now. I realize that it's now the 4th when you go to watch this. It's going to be Sunday the 4th of October. But if you've not yet seen this and you want to sort of document and celebrate the month of October, because I know it's not just my favorite holiday, I know it's a lot of your favorite holidays as well. So you can feel free to jump on the bandwagon with this. Feel free to grab this image off of my site and repost it and just start following along with us. The way that we're actually doing this photo challenge is I'm not actually having people necessarily, you don't have to follow the prompts every day because they're more action item oriented, like bake something pumpkin, drink a pumpkin spice latte, go apple picking. Not everyone's going to be able to go apple picking on the 3rd. That would have been yesterday. So what I basically want you guys to do is just use this as inspiration for the month. And as you go out to do some of these fun things, take a picture, share it with the rest of the community so we can all kind of get inspired and just kind of have fun together. It's kind of like a planner community sort of activity where we can all be in different parts of the world or do different parts of the country, but we're all kind of celebrating the same things at about the same time and getting inspiration from each other. So I would highly suggest checking that out as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed seeing these 3 October planner DIYs. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like and feel free to leave me any questions or comments down below in the comment section. Don't forget to check out the description box for some extra goodies, including those freebies and links to things that I mentioned in this video. And of course, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, you guys, bye-bye.